Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of our Sister to Sister Connection Talk Show. I think we're in episode 3, season 8, y'all. This is our 8th season of the show. We're so excited to be here once again, and we're more excited to have you guys on. So my name's Leticia Campbell. I'm like, what's going on with my voice today? And I got my girl, Miss Twonta Davis Jones, baby, honey. We show up every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give you guys some hard-hitting topics. We also invite you guys into the conversation by you guys putting your perspectives in the chat. And we just absolutely love you guys. This is why we show up all the time and we give you guys some great value. And we love to talk and share about self-care, motivation, spirituality, sisterhood, right? And stability. Right. So if you're on live right now, please say something in the chat. We just want to make sure our chats are working. If you're watching this on a replay, do us a quick favor and type in #replay so that we know that you stopped by. And without further ado, we're gonna first jump into some housekeeping first. You want to do that, Twonta? Let's first talk about what's coming up. So you guys can look out for that. And let's get started. So we have hey Diane, how are you? She's an OG on the show. So we have a self-care event coming up. Yes, and in November, right? November. Now I'm gagging about this self-care event. I'm gonna have you talk about it, Twonta. Go ahead.
Ooh, it's gonna be fun. I love it. Hey, Karen, it's gonna be amazing. So yes, ladies, this is your opportunity, ladies. Do not miss this self-care event. Come November the 19th, a week before Thanksgiving weekend, mind you. We are gonna be hosting our coffee and cream theme. That's the theme for the next month. Coffee and cream. And guess what, guys? It's gonna be a brunch hour. It's going to be 11 o'clock a.m., meaning that you ladies, all of us who's going to participate, you're going to come in with your favorite coffee, your favorite latte, or whatever drink that you like, honey, whether it's a frappe or whatever, right? Along with your favorite outfit. You could be in your jammies, whatever it is. It's a brunch time. So it's at 11 a.m., right? And it's going to consist of a lot of goodies, everything that's in the coffee and cream family. So the cream will signify all about our creams, lotions, body lotions, hand lotions, and all that stuff. The coffee is all about the color scape. It's going to be in the chalks, in the latte colors and the pretty shimmery colors. It's gonna be fun. And the good news about this is, ladies, that if you already have something planned that day or that afternoon, you ain't got to worry about trying to figure out what you're gonna wear, girlfriend. Your face already gonna be like plada.
That's right.
Yeah, looking good. Okay, so yes, guys, it's called Coffee and Cream. It's going to be November 19th, which is Saturday, by the way, at 11 a.m. And to sign up, it is $20 for the entry, and you will receive your packet. Get excited. It's $20, guys. So do not hesitate. This month is pretty much almost gone. So the 19th is going to get here before you know it. Okay, it's going to get here before you know it. So our self-care event, very quickly, is something that Leticia and I, we definitely are 100% hands down adamant about, us as women making time for ourselves. It's something that we need to start doing on a regular basis. And so we make this a mandatory, event for all of us sisters to do it, because we get it. We got a lot going on. We're married, we got kids, we got jobs, we got careers, we got businesses, we got a lot going on in our lives. And sometimes we really don't take the time like we should. So leave it up to us. We'll come and we'll plan something for you every month where you get the opportunity to take advantage, invest in yourself, and we come together privately. It's not live, like meaning it's not going to be recorded or anything like that. We come together playing with the goodies, but also having fun talking to each other, just having
Yes.
a girls' time out, having fun, just having fun, learning more
Yes.
about ourselves, our body, our skin, but also being able to learn more about ourselves as a woman, right?
Right. Right.
It's going to be amazing. So, ladies, again, it's November 19th
Yeah.
at 11 a.m. It is $20. And I know they have the information for you ladies to go ahead and click on that
Yep.
information.
Yeah, so what we did in the chat just now, our amazing show producer Therese, she put the PayPal link in the chat. When you go to that link, you're going to just type in 20. So when you go to that link, it's just going to say 00. Doesn't mean like, oh, it's free. No, you're going to type in 2000 for $20, and then Twonta is going to receive the email notification that you are in. So it's $20 for next month, y'all. So y'all better show up. All right. You're going to get mails and amazing self-care kit is going to be in reference to coffee and cream. Now, when Twonta told me about this, the title yesterday. Okay. Yes, 11 a.m. Eastern, Karen. 11 a.m. Yeah, put that comment up, Trees. And I was like, oh, I'm a hook, because y'all know I'm a huge coffee drinker. Like, if I could drink coffee all day, I would. I literally would, but it would keep me up all night. But I just love coffee. I just do. Yeah, and nothing and nobody's gonna make me stop. So I like the idea that the theme is coffee and cream, referencing that with the different products we're going to be showing you guys that's included in the $20 kit. And also, it's in like brunch time, right? Is 11 a.m. brunch time? What
It
time?
is.
Yeah, brunch time, 11 a.m. Eastern.
11, 12, 1 in that avenue. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Brunch.
So we're gonna have some fun. We really, really are.
That'd be
Yes.
awesome.
So we're excited about tonight's topic for the show. Yeah, we're going to bring that up in just a second. But what we love about doing these shows every week is the fact that you guys come in and you guys contribute to the conversation. So please light the chat up tonight. Let us know your perspective about the tips that we're going to be sharing. You like the idea, LaShawn? Who else likes the idea of coffee and cream? Coffee and cream, right? Coffee and cream, right?
Yes,
I
you're
keep
right.
trying to think of another
I know,
coffee and
right?
cream. Yes. What do you guys like about that title? I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, LaShawn. So we're excited about tonight's topic. We're going to jump into it. Let's first bring up the title for tonight. Again, guys, please participate. Light up the chat. We love y'all. Yeah. So tonight's topic is my trust has to be bigger than my trials. Go ahead. Go ahead, Twonta.
Yeah. So, ladies, we're just going to talk about this and continue to, motivate ourselves, because of course we are going through some trials. Every one of us is going through something. Some of us probably just graduated from it and we're taking a woosah moment. And then some of us are just entering into a trial, or we're in the middle of that trial. But no matter where you are, you just have to hold on. Well, LaShawn says she loves coffee. Awesome. We just have to hold on to what is bigger. What is bigger? Yeah. What is so big that it is just overriding that pain or that discomfort or that issue right now, right? Yeah. And you need to put that emphasis on that. So we're going to talk about your trust, talking about that. It's so important to remind us, because sometimes we get so caught up in our challenge in life and the issues. Sometimes we just need to be reminded about, who to trust and what to trust and, what God says and all of those things. Because if we don't get built up that way, our trials can drown us. You know what I'm saying? It could really put us in a position that we don't need to be in. And I think we have been there once before, if not us personally, know someone who has, right? And probably still are in that kind of situation. So, yeah, we're just going to talk a little bit. We have some points we're going to share with you tonight. Yeah, exactly. God's love for me. Absolutely.
That's right.
So, these are things that we got to constantly remind ourselves and remind each other, because I know for all of us in here tonight, we're going through something.
Yeah.
We're dealing with something. It may not be as like over the top, but it's something that is affecting us, emotionally, as well as spiritually and physically, all of that above. Right. So yeah, that's what we're gonna get down and dirty and talk about that kind of stuff. Yes.
Right. I love it. I love it. It's definitely
Yes.
a great topic. Definitely a great topic.
Right.
So let's bring up the first point for you guys tonight.
Yeah. So the first point that we need to be reminded is to trust in God's word.
Mhm.
Hands down. That is the first thing that we definitely got to take care of and
Right.
trusting in God's word. Basically, whatever issues that we are all dealing with, because we all have different issues, we are dealing with different trials. So, of
Right.
course, whatever the promises God has put out there for us to hold on to, what they are. It might be, God will never leave you nor forsake you. For the majority of us, yes, but it may apply to that person much more deeper than to Leticia or to LaShawn, because your trial versus her trial is totally different. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta hold on to that. And like I
Mhm.
said before, sometimes the pain of those trials can be so overbearing or
Right.
be so intense. It has us to doubt God's promises, or
Right. Right.
doubt his word. You know what I mean? And I think we all have been there. And whether
Right.
it's in your marriage, you had some issues, or your children, or your career, your money, or whatever happened. And some
Mhm.
people have the triple effect, where one thing after the next. You know how that happens. And that just seems like,
Yep.
oh my God, when it rains, it pours. Or when it's like, we go through that. And then that's when it becomes so magnified. You like, oh my gosh, can I? I'm like, who? God said he was going to help me through this. God said he was going to provide and this, that, or whatever. But I don't see it. I don't feel it.
Mhm.
I don't sense it. But
Mhm.
yes, he is doing it. He's been doing it. You know what I'm saying? So when you are in that situation, you have to trust in his word, because if you go back to where you were before,
Right.
mind you, he was there then. He got you out of that situation when you thought it was going to be impossible to get out,
Right.
right? And sometimes
Mhm.
he wants us to go back into that moment. If we want to go back into the past, I think he will give you that pass to go
Mhm.
back and remember what he did.
Right.
And then you come back into the present and you're like, okay, I give God praise because he promised me then that he was going to take care of me, and he did it. And now he's taking care of me now.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm
That's
saying?
right.
What do you think, Tish?
It brings me back to the times where a negative situation will come up and I would instantly react or respond to it right away, go straight off of emotion, right? And then 5 years later, I look back and I'm like, why did I even make a big deal out of it? And I feel like when we trust in God more, we don't have to, we can have a sense of peace
Mm-hmm.
even when bad times come up. See,
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing sometimes. It's like we could all say, you know, ask and you will, ask God and you will receive. Step your prayer up. And all those is true, right? But when you're going through a trial, sometimes we don't remember all that,
Mm-hmm.
right? We don't remember to pray and all that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
we have to begin to remember those things. Even more importantly, when we're going through a season of lack, a season of uh, confusion, a season of heartbreak, a
Mm-hmm.
season of devastation,
Yeah.
and still during that time, we still have that sense of joy,
Right.
in our hearts. We may not be happy. Like I'm not telling you guys, yeah, when you're having joy, you're happy, you're excited. No, you're still upset. You are human. We're all having a human experience. So that's fine. But again, we're still sitting still in the moment and not just automatically get, doing something or making a decision right
Right.
off of our own feeling and emotions, right? Because
Right.
sometimes God doesn't want us to operate in that way. He wants us to remember the word and remember what he said, remember all the stories and the examples in the Bible that a lot of the individuals in the Bible have gone through similar situations to you, if not worse. So it's like we have to say, you know what, this is a storm right now. I need to just keep my prayer up, keep positivity around me all the time, because that happens sometimes when we are going through something, a trial, tribulation,
Mm-hmm.
negative moment in our lives. We're looking at all the negativity online. We're looking at all the negativity on TV that's keeping us down in that pit. But we got to trust in God. Karen said, I like to go back through old journals and see what was happening 1, 2, 5 or more years ago and how God works it out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, he
That's
does. And we allow him to, and we remember that no matter what situations or circumstances that we're in, he's actually in control.
Right.
We just have to sort of give him the control.
Right.
He doesn't want us to be bound down by the negative situations and circumstances that we're going through. We want, it's almost like if you fell backwards, he's going to catch you.
Mm-hmm.
It almost like if I jump, even though I don't know where I'm going to land, I'm going to do it anyway, because either way, he's going to catch me. Either way, he got me.
Right.
So that's how I always feel a lot when I'm making business decisions, when I'm making life decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, yes, you're finding some things out important, but a lot of times we're still trying to figure out like what will the outcome be, but you're not going to know what the outcome be until you trust God and say, God, I'm going to trust you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see what happens, and I'm just going to go forward from there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, God is a big God. So that automatically right there trumps your trials automatically, So that's why I said you have to really depend on him and look to him, because he said to look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord. So when you are in that dire need of strength, because he said, my grace is sufficient in your weakness. My grace is sufficient to help you through what you're going through when you think you don't have the means of moving forward. His grace is sufficient to heal you, to cover you, and all those things. So when you are going through these trials and these big challenges in your life, you best believe that hands down, God got you. He got your family. He got your husband. He got your children. All of those things, because what else more to do? You tried everything else, what I'm saying? And honestly, it didn't really help you that much. It just got you more sicker and more depressed. So why not just maintain in his hands and let him take care? And that's the thing, when you trust him, let him take care of it too, because sometimes we mess that up. We messed it up. So definitely trust in his word, and you guys will be okay. You will be fine. Honestly, you will be just fine.
Yeah, sometimes we want to speed the process up. I was just telling my client sister the other day, we want to speed it. Hey, that's my niece, y'all. Hi. You probably haven't seen you in a minute.
I know, it's been a minute.
Oh, girl, I saw the pictures your mom post. I'm like, oh my God.
Aw, thank you.
You gorgeous, honey. I was like, you did that, girl. What was it? Graduation or something? What was it?
Homecoming.
Homecoming. See, we don't have really homecoming up here. So I know y'all have it where you guys are at. We don't do it up here too much. At least I don't participate in it. But that's nice. You look so pretty in the pictures.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You came from work?
No, I was at rehearsal for a musical.
Oh, yes? You're in a musical again?
Yeah.
When is it? When is the production? When is it going to be?
February. What is it, or when is it?
When?
February.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all practicing now and stuff. That's good. So y'all fully prepared. Good. That's good. Well, I like to say break a leg. What's another word? I don't like to say that word. Break a leg. Like, hey, yeah, ain't she beautiful? She's gorgeous, honey.
Oh, thank you.
I'm surprised. Twonta don't got that, the machine gun armory thing on.
I am the machine gun. She knows it too. So
just pop in the air. That's all.
Yep. I
don't know what this is about, honey.
She knows what's up. Her and her sister know. So
I don't know what to do, because my oldest son, he's in high school. He's like, "Oh, Ma, I met someone." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" When you say meet someone, like, "Oh, I met a girl, a guy, we in a relationship." It's like, no, she's a friend. I think he only mixed it up because he saw my face. So he was like, so I saw this little girl. She gonna walk by because I picked Rory up for school. Hi, Rory. I looked at her. I gotta put my glasses down.
I know, right? You're like,
I was like, "You're gonna introduce me to her and nothing." He's like, "Oh, Mom, sorry, that's weird." No, it's not. I need to know who. Just like I know your guy friends, need to know your girlfriends too. You need to date nobody in high school. It ain't gonna last. It's not. Anybody you date in high school, you're not gonna be in a relationship. That's like a 1% chance you're gonna be like high school sweetheart.
It's very rare.
Yeah, and I was like, girlfriends are a job, especially at this young age.
Karen
Yeah,
said, behave,
honey.
mama.
I was like, no, ma'am. Hi, a great game.
Aw. That's what you say?
Yes, gorgeous girl. Congratulations on the play, though. Congratulations. I know your mom's going to post pictures of it. It's going to be good.
I will.
Thank
Yeah.
you. All right, have fun.
Thank you, mama.
Nice seeing you.
Nice seeing you, too. I've seen her in a minute, girl.
I know.
Oh, she getting so big. Is she taller than you now?
No, she's like.
No, I'm calling her.
No, you're not.
Wait, no.
Like the same height.
Bye.
Same height.
Oh my God. Hey, girl, Twonta, I don't know what you're gonna do, child. I don't know what you're gonna do, honey. She is a gorgeous girl. She is just ooh.
Yeah, that's my little pumpkin.
Make her a nun. Send her to a nun.
Oh, make her a nun.
Oh, yeah.
She's looking at it. She's like, huh?
Hey,
That's what who said. Oh yeah.
let's leave her alone.
Oh my God, that's funny. Sorry guys, we just had. This is what we
I'm
do.
sorry, we chat like we're on the phone or something. Like,
I know, right?
like island conversation. Our kids are growing up so fast. Twonta, we know each other for a while, and I seen her girls when they were just young teenagers. So,
Yeah. So,
it's so big.
back to the show.
Back to the conversation, y'all.
This is what it is. This is sister to sister, honey. This
That's
is what
it. That's it. It's real life.
For those of you who are watching for the first time, I know y'all like waiting. You know, you're like, are they taking an intermission break or something? Well, kind of, sort of, but this is what we do.
That's my niece.
Let's go to number 2, y'all.
Right. Let's go to number 2. Yes.
Oh my
I like
God.
this one.
Yeah. So trust in the process.
I love this one.
Yes. Thank you, Karen.
Yeah, honey. You gotta definitely trust in God when you send the children out in the world by themselves, and oh God.
Oh, yes,
Whew.
yes.
But it's different now because we have cell phones. Back then, I don't know what my parents did when we were leaving the house.
You know, I was thinking the same thing earlier today because, you know, my oldest daughter just left yesterday, guys,
right,
to go to California. So it was like a bittersweet, you know, and I was holding on to her like clink, clink.
Like, why do you want to leave? Just stay.
You know, but this is her junior year now. She's starting her junior year in college. And, you know, it's just a bittersweet, you know, because we so used to have her home, but now it's time for her to go back and everything.
Yeah. So I can ship you Tori now if you want to, if you don't want to empty your nest too fast.
No, I'm good.
Okay, I got pull-ups. We trained her to be potty trained, honey. She eat regular food. Let me know. I'm for the whole summer. We'll start out for the summers, you know, and then, you know, you let me know if your face down like, what is going on here?
Oh my God.
Baby.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that same thing too. Like back in the day when I was in college, you know, because I started college in the late.
Yes, I did, LaShawn. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, and we didn't have the technology like today. You know,
we didn't have anything.
The cell phone like we have today, or the FaceTime thing, or whatever. So for my mom to connect with me, or I connect with her, I had to call her collect. That's when we had them pay phones back in the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, I was just like. Now she's older, my oldest daughter, and, you know, she doesn't connect with me like she used to because I'm used to that connection and communication. But now that she's on her own and doing her thing, you know, I'm trying to get used to that now. You know, LaShawn said, Leticia, didn't you just talk about this point the other day?
Yes, I talked about the process, you know. I'll tell you guys what I mentioned. Go ahead, love. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Then, and I'm glad we are talking about trust in the process because no matter where you are in your life, it may not feel so comfortable, right? It don't feel comfortable after a while, but you know, you have to trust where you are or trust where things are at the moment. And, you know, it may not go as fast as you want it or as according to the plan you have, but you know, you just have to trust in knowing that it's okay. It's going well. It is what it's supposed to be. And don't get anxious, don't doubt it, don't get upset, don't call it quits or whatever the case may be, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your relationships or what have you. And I know Leticia, I know she talks about that all the time when she has her live and everything. So I know she's going to talk more in depth in the
Right,
business.
right. Totally.
But in life in general, we do need to trust in the process. We
Right.
need to know where God puts us at this present time, that everything is okay. Everything is going to be all right. It may not feel like it. It may not look like it, but trust in the process, because
Right.
everything is going to work out for your good.
That's right. It is. And one of the things I was mentioning to my clients the other day was that in the business world, there's so many people that are, in your eyes, ahead of you. Really, no one's ahead of you. It's just they have their, they trust the process and they follow through, and that's where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying and sharing that a lot of times I don't look at other people who do what I do. So I'm a course creator and also have other businesses. So there's other people out there that are crushing it in the game. There are these times, there'd be weeks that I'd be like, you know what? I'm not going on their lives. I'm not going to check out their timeline or anything like that. Right. And the reason why I do that is because we gonna be as strong as we want to as women. But if you look at the sun too long, you're going to be blinded. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's so great to look at the sun, but you also got to be the sun too. So if I'm sitting there watching somebody else's live and they making money every day, getting clients and getting customers, all that stuff, and I'm just sitting there watching, I'm going to be so blinded that I'm not going to do what I need to do to get done for my business and for myself, right? So this is why I go on pause with a lot of people sometimes, where I literally for like 2-3 weeks, they want to see my name, and all of a sudden my name will pop up, a month later, but oh, teacher, where you been? I've been out there doing my thing, being the sun, just like they are. So it's like, the thing is that when we're looking at other people so long, we're not trusting the process from there. We're sitting there becoming envious, jealous. God, why hasn't this happened for me? And going to the past, like, oh, it's been 10 years, nothing's been going on. You're not trusting the process. You're trusting your process. Yeah. Okay. Your process for 10 years could have been, you wasn't showing up consistently. You mismanaged your money, like you didn't reinvest in your business, you know what I mean? Or find, have a percentage to pay yourself, a percentage to pay your business. I mean, there's a lot of things that probably came up from that took you away from the process, which is God's process, right? If I was to trust my process, I'll be sleeping in my bed on. You know what I mean? I'll be literally sitting here with my hand in my head, crying or just giving up, right? So I have to constantly trust God's process at all times. It's like there are times where, let's say, I didn't see any money pop up in my Stripe for a couple of days for whatever reason, and I may be sitting there like, oh God, I got to pay for gas, right? This bill is coming up, and I'm sitting there like in panic mode. And I have to say, Leticia, if I'm in panic mode, that's not an emotion that God wants us to have. What are you going to do to change the situation? You can't just sit here. And your kids can't see you just sit here. You got to make some moves and get out there and do what you need to do. So I get up and I do my IPAs, income producing activities. I literally write down, okay, send an invoice, send an email. You know what I mean? Like I write down different ideas, like how can I dig myself out of the hole? It's because when we're worrying and complaining, we're literally like saying, all right, I'm just going to jump in the hole. Voluntarily, right? So this is why I was talking about the process. And on the other side, I was telling them that stop trying to speed the process up. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's like in network marketing, right? Around this time of year, companies are doing incentives for their consultants and things like that. And we're trying to like, all right, I'm going to sell this much, this weekend. And you never hit those numbers before. Why are you playing yourself thinking that you're going to quadruple your sales when you have never done it before? Instead, you have to always have your plan written out and say, okay, this month I'm going to make this rank, or this month I'm going to recruit this, whatever. So that way you are going according to your process, not somebody else's process. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is why I was telling my ladies, it's just like, calm down and just get moving. Right. That's it. You're going to get to your destination.
Hmm.
as long as you trust his process.
Absolutely.
And that's all that is. So I like number two. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. And like what Sean said, God's process is perfect. A man's process can be flawed, and that's true. Yeah, we definitely need to be patient while we in the process. We need to be patient and not rush things, not, get totally sidetracked based on the weight of our trials and
Right.
challenges that we're dealing with. You definitely got to, just really look at yourself and not fall back into the habit, like Letitia just said, fall back into the habit of messing
Right.
yourself up because of things are just not going as fast as you would like it. So definitely trust in the process. Let's go to number three.
Yes.
Third thing that we need to trust is in yourself. Trust in yourself. And I say that because, when you definitely have a relationship with God, you can trust in yourself
Hmm.
because God will not direct you wrong,
Right.
right? Whatever he tells you, you go ahead and believe in him and in yourself that you are capable of doing what you need to do during that time of your challenge or that trial or that
Yeah.
preparation, whatever you're going through.
I'm sorry. Ooh, my throat.
Trust
Sorry
in
about that.
yourself enough to know that, yeah, I have graduated from whatever that God had delivered me from. I'm not going to go back and jinx myself or whatever. No, because now God has already developed you. That previous season that you were in, that was a trial then, and you had to go through some development stages. You had to go through like a military training, if you will, a spiritual
Mhm.
military training. So now you have graduated now, so you should not be thinking any ill about yourself at this
Right.
point. You should have that confidence in yourself to know that, yeah, I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Amen.
I have that trust in myself, knowing that
Right.
I can stand still through this battle, through this challenge
Right.
that I'm going through right now. So that's what I
Right.
mean by trusting in yourself. Now, of course, if you don't really have a good relationship with God, of course, and you say, I'm trusting in me because I know what I can do. I
Yep.
can do
Yep.
it much better. And, I wait on God, but, he's taking too long and all
Right.
this.
Right. Right.
So I'm going to do it. Then you bound to fail.
You
I'm just
are. You're gonna hit walls all the time, and you go like,
all
why? Why is this? I've done it for 50 years, whatever, and you're still gonna hit a wall. Yeah.
Absolutely. You're going to hit a wall, you're going to crash, and then you're going to be like, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he doesn't want you to go through that kind of craziness. But I
Right.
mean, we do that sometimes. But for those of us, like I said, that has been going through this journey a
Hmm.
while, and we finally have humbled ourselves and say, okay, God, I messed up. I repent. I
Right.
need you to direct my path. As you said, you already have established a plan for my life anyway, and all of that stuff. So I'm trusting in you and
Right.
my and trusting you, knowing that I can trust myself, because what you put in me, I can go ahead with confidence, knowing that it's going to be all right. It's solidified. It's going to be okay. Whatever I put out there forward, I trust myself, knowing that I'm not going to mess that up. I'm going to stand strong in my confidence, knowing that, okay, yeah, I got this. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna I'm not gonna fall prey to the distractions of what people say that I cannot do. God said I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I
Hmm.
hope that makes sense to y'all, right? What do you think, Tish?
Strength, and I was just talking about this earlier. We already have that strength.
Yeah,
Because Christ is already in us. And so a
yeah,
lot of times we make a mistake, especially as women, where we try to find and lean on other people for strength. And that's
mm,
not always good. Like I tell my clients all the time, don't wait for me to show up and then y'all show up. Like, because I have my own thing going on some days where I may feel overwhelmed or tired. And sometimes God is telling me, Tisha, rest. Because Tisha would tell you, sometimes she be
yeah.
in box. She was like,
You
Coach, you need to
overload.
like,
Yeah.
today you making too many mistakes. You get the event times wrong, all this stuff. And, so when that happens for me, it's like, I don't want nobody waiting on me to show up before they hit the go button. So again,
Right.
guys, you have strength in you. It's already there. It's always been there. You just got to tap into it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly,
He's
Karen.
already put it in you. A lot of us are seeking for other people what we already have. Right. So it's almost like, all right, yes, I know some people can may say, well, Leticia, you were seeing a therapist for 6, 7 years. But yeah, but that's different. I wasn't going to her for strength. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was
Yeah.
going to her because she was an outside person outside of my life bubble. I mean, I needed some advice on things, some self, that was self-care in itself. Right. Me being
Yeah.
a mom, growing family, having
Right.
babies, is like your emotions are up and down. So it's good to talk to people sometimes instead of,
Absolutely.
sort of like venting and putting your anger out to your loved ones and stuff. But
Mm,
again, I had to build my strength up to even go into a therapist's office and sit on their couch and have a conversation. You
yeah.
know, had I
Mhm.
waited to get the motivation to find somebody else to give me the motivation to do that, I would never got that done. So, like Karen said, God has already put us in it. He's already trusted us with our own personal strength. So we
Mhm.
just got to tap in and use it. Yeah, trust in yourself.
And I'm glad you said about, as far as with the therapy,
Yeah,
we definitely need to have that outlet to really vocalize what we are dealing with
right,
internally. God
right,
is the number one person whom we need to cast all our cares and concerns and all of that. Absolutely. But he
right.
also created people, in that field of therapy that could be a blessing to you as well. So it's
Yeah,
nothing wrong going to a therapist and really
nope,
talking to someone that's been called to give you some spiritual guidance in terms
right,
how to handle certain things, how to, recuperate or heal or what
right.
have you. You know what I'm saying? So especially as women, we find it, I think it's, I mean, do we find it hard sometimes to really open up. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I don't know why we feel like we just have to keep it all inside. I guess
right,
because it's we have been put in that position where I don't know. We don't want to feel like we're weak or look weak or something. I could do all by myself. I can do bad all by myself. I don't need
right.
man. I don't need this. Da 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 da.
Right, right. I
You
know
know.
for me, it's because I never been told at a young age how I felt.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't remember ever being asked, how do you feel? Or what is it you want to do? I was
Mm-hmm,
told what I wanted to do. I was told how to, and that's
mm,
how most of us start out. Yeah, most of us, we grew up during the times where the economy was not always good. It was like up and down. People were getting laid off. It was back when, manufacturing was being sent out to overseas.
mm,
So yeah, and I think like it's a syndrome that we just sort of like took on because if you don't know how to express yourself, you have to be taught that. It's
yeah.
not something that you just, you're born with. You have to be taught on how to communicate effectively. So this is
Mhm.
why, like, with my children, I always keep asking, how do you feel? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
And it's because I want them to come up with a decision
Mhm.
and a choice and make a choice and not have to always rely on me to make the decisions for them.
Right.
Sometimes, they get in trouble with that a lot because they don't leverage the power of making choices. So they don't do anything at all in
Mm.
situations like cleaning the house. Take the initiative and do it. Don't wait for me to come out of this room and tell you to. You
Exactly.
make the initiative to do it. Don't wait for me to come out and wake you up for school. You have an
Right.
alarm clock,
Yeah.
you wake yourself up. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Choose what you want to wear. So for
Mm.
me, it's not always do this, do that, do this, do that. Now, yeah, there's
Right.
sometimes
Right.
where I do have to
Right.
with certain situations, but end of the day, I want them to work more as a team and really rely on their own personal decisions instead of waiting to just sitting there like, all right, I'm gonna wait till mommy tells me what I need to do. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, right. Like LaShawn said too. So I don't remember ever being asked about my feelings and my emotions and things like that. And
Mhm.
that again, that trickles on to us becoming adults and not knowing what we want.
Right.
It's quite interesting.
It is, and I mean, we definitely, it's all based on our ancestors, our mothers, grandmothers,
Right,
that generation on down, they were limited to really vocalize their emotions, their
right,
feelings, or whatever, they were taught and trained to just keep silent,
Yeah.
just be invisible, but be visible when you're needed,
Right. It's
you
right.
know?
And our parents didn't, and also our parents didn't have time to sit with us and
Yeah.
listen through. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like listen. And it could be, even if we're, sometimes I would listen to my son, yeah, invalidating her feelings. Yes. Sometimes I would listen to my son, and every time I want him to hurry up and get to the point. But I say, Tisha, stop. Let him finish. It's okay. I know it's 30 minutes now. He's getting there. You know what I mean? Well, I didn't have time to listen to me for long, long periods of time. But it's healthy for them to just iron out their thoughts and process
Yeah,
it, even if it doesn't make sense to us.
that's true.
We just gotta listen and hear it out. Now, I know there are limitations to that. 'Cause sometimes these kids, honey, you give them an inch, they take a whole mile, honey. They just, when you are laying down on law and being stern,
Right.
they want you to hear them. Like, no, no, no. I want
Hmm.
you to hear me on this conversation.
Yeah.
You have to hear mommy.
Right. Right.
you know.
Absolutely.
So it's a double edged sword with that.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go to number 4, guys. I hope
Number
this is
4.
blessing you all. I hope this is really helping you guys. The fourth
Yes.
one is to trust in the moment.
Yes.
Right now, where are you at this moment?
Yeah.
What
Where
is
are
going
you?
on? What's going on in this moment right now? How are you feeling at this moment? You
Yes.
know, what has put a smile on your face
Hmm.
this moment? You know what I mean? Trust in the moment, trust in the good things, trust in what make you feel good, what make you
Yeah.
feel warm.
Yeah.
If something crossed your mind about a person that was very special to you, whether they're with us today or they're,
Yeah.
went on to glory, they put a smile in your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Trust in that moment, because that person will always say something positive to make you feel better, to make you feel good, right? And you take that in, and sometimes you're like, oh, how I wish my mom was here. I could call her right now because she will give me
Right.
some good words to think about, or to build me up because I'm feeling a little depressed, or I feel a little bit overwhelmed, and this, that, or whatever. But God is so great because He put the memories of those individuals that was very special to you, that was full of wisdom. They were
Hmm.
always giving you some great advice about, enjoying the moment, enjoying your
Right.
life, enjoying your
Right.
family. This may not be happening right now the way you want it to happen, but thank God where you are at this point. Thank God you're not homeless. Thank God
That's
you
right.
got food on the table. Thank God your kids are at your house.
That's
They're
right.
home safe. They're not in the streets. They're not out hanging out with some
That's
crazy
right. That's
fools or
right.
whatever. Trust in the moment that everything you have right now is blessed. Everything is safe. Everything is where it's supposed to be,
Yep.
where it's supposed to be right now. Because, like
Right.
I said, when we get so caught up in our trials, we panic, we
Yep.
get
We do.
nervous, we
We
get
do.
scared, we like get anxious, and we like, oh my God, if I don't do this, if I don't take care of that, then da, 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 da. And God, I mean, not God, the enemy, he robs us
Yes,
from
he
the
does.
moment that we have right now,
Yep. Yep.
right? God has blessed us with this day that He wants us to take full advantage of every moment in this day,
Yep.
right? To give Him praise, of course, and to count our blessings.
Right.
So we need to trust in the moment, trust in Him for sure, trust in the
Yep.
process He has already established for us, trust in ourselves, knowing that we are going to be all right
That's right.
this
Amen.
moment.
That's right. And when we're trusting the moment, we're not thinking about what didn't work in the past. Trust
Exactly.
now. What can you do now to turn things around? What can you do now
Yeah.
to close out today and make it like one of the best days you had so far this week?
Mhm.
Trust in that. Like, we can't keep going backwards all the time. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of times when we don't trust in the moment, time goes by so fast and we look back and say, man, I wish I was just like more happier. I wish I was more, had more joy or had more trust and things like that. So, yeah, ladies, I'm totally a huge advocate of that. I'm just trusting in the moment and just living life moment by moment. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And ladies, those of you who are watching us, what can you say about this moment now? How
Right.
many of you right now are going through something?
Right.
And be
Right.
honest, has it affected you in a sense where it has made you kind of like sad or
Right.
disappointed? And it's okay to be disappointed, sure, but has that disappointment really lowered you to the point like, I'm just not really in the mood, or I'm just not really feeling it, or I'm
Right.
just down? Just be honest with yourself. It's not like we're
Right.
being nosy or anything, but since you acknowledge that, think about right now. But regardless of what I'm going through at this moment, my husband's here. At
Right.
this moment, yeah, I'm still moving. I may not feel my best because I went to the doctor yesterday and they said this and they said that, but at this moment, I'm okay. I'm doing good. I'm alive,
Right.
right?
Right. You're healthy. Any moment, God forbid, we could be hospitalized for something. We could
Yeah,
get
Lord.
some, sickness that, crept up, that probably remained dormant in our bodies. All of a sudden, man, like, it's
Hmm.
there, So this is why we just got to live every day, like that's our day. Not like it's our last day, but like it's our day. Like this is our day because things can change so fast, and you will wish that you will come back to this day where you didn't have no pain in your body, you didn't have no issue or anything like that.
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Wow. So let's move to the last point tonight, guys.
Last one.
Our
If we're gonna do
last,
the afterglow, ladies.
yes, trust in the change.
Yes, that's a good
Yes,
closer.
trust in the change. And I know
That's a
for
good
some
closer
of
right there.
us, a lot of us are not comfortable when change
Yeah,
happens, but you need to trust that. Change is good.
it
Because
is.
if we don't change, we're not growing.
You're not.
We're not growing. We're not learning anything. We're stuck in time. We're stuck in the moment. And
Right.
yeah, like I said, we trust in the moment, but you don't live there either. LaShawn
Yeah.
says a situation from my past keeps popping up, but God told me he got
He got this. Yeah, he totally got this. And that's something that will always happen in our lives where,
absolutely.
the past won't stay in the past. But,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. You trust in the change, ladies. Trust in knowing that it's getting better. It's going
yeah,
to get better. God
yeah,
wants to upgrade you. He wants to
yeah,
upgrade you in your career and your
yeah,
businesses. He wants to upgrade you as a student,
yeah,
a student in life, a student
yeah.
in ministry, a student in whatever it is. He wants to elevate you. That's what his desire is, to just elevate us all the
That's right.
time and
All the time, every day.
not stay stagnant and sitting on the curb waiting for someone to notice us or
Right.
whatever that we've been waiting on. No, we need to open up our hearts and our minds and invite that change.
That's
It's
right.
uncomfortable, yes it is, but it's not going to be like that forever.
No, it's not. And the thing is about change, is like it could be your change in mindset.
Mhm.
Sometimes we don't want to trust it because we're like, well, what are people going to say? I thought this particular way for years, and I'm changing my mindset due
Yeah,
cause because I have a new enlightenment on something. But you
right.
also got to trust that process that you are evolving as a woman. And sometimes you can't think the same way you thought before because it's not going to take you to that next level. So you got to
Mhm.
drop that train of thought, not care if people are going to
Hey,
condemn you for it
Miriam.
because now, hey, baby, now you have a different thought process, right? Because
Mhm.
sometimes we could think something and then we go through life and our choice, our thought about that situation or that person or what have you changes. There's
Mhm.
people that I didn't like, and it was for good reason. And now I'm saying, you know what? I'm gonna still respect that person because at the end of the day, no matter how hard how bad it ended, I still learned a lot. I'm never gonna still talk to that person, but at the end of the day, I learned. I got to take what God wanted to teach me in that situation and
Yeah.
trust, in it all. Trust in that, right? So
Mhm.
Karen says, so we shouldn't be offended when people say we've changed. No, we shouldn't be that. That should be confirmation for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That should
Yeah.
be confirmation. You were supposed to change.
Yeah.
Ladies, has been a wonderful segment. I haven't. Oh, okay. Get some rest. Get some rest.
Love you.
We'll be praying for you, sis. That's the thing. You're supposed to change.
Mhm.
Like, you're supposed to change. That's just it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that unless you change it for the bad. But if you're changing and it's for the good for you and you're more happier, you're more positive, you're moving forward in life, that's a good thing. It's almost, again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier,
Mhm.
about that crab mentality, the crab in the bowl mentality. People who say that are the crabs in the bowl. You're trying to get out. You found the way to get out. You got momentum. You got going. You about to hit top, and then all of a sudden they push you that back down. That's what that is. Sometimes you have individuals in your life that's that crab in the bowl mentality. The minute you get up, and the problem is that person should want you to change. Because that's what happens. Once the crab gets out of the bowl, let's just say the crab is going to reach their hand back and get everyone else out of the bowl. But if y'all keep pushing each other down, then y'all going to get cooked and die.
Yeah.
Right? So it's again like you should want people to run ahead of you. Go ahead, run ahead of you. Because when they get there to the destination, they're going to come right back and pick you up.
Right. Yeah.
And the grace part of it is you probably won't have to go through all the wounds and the bruises and the setbacks that they went through because they ran ahead of you. So they gone through all that. They're going to find a shortcut way. So change is always good.
It is always good. And don't be intimidated by change. Don't be afraid of change. I know it's uncomfortable at the beginning, as it should be, but still just know that it is healthy. As LaShawn had said, change is healthy. It can really be a positive thing if you really, believe in that. And even though with the trial that you're in, the trials could have you to believe, have you stay away from change. How about that? Trials is all about developing you to make a decision about that issue. Do you want to go through this again? Do you want to constantly go through the same habitual problem again? Or you're going to stay there because you're too afraid to make a decision. When it comes to change, you got to make a decision.
Right. Some of us don't make a decision because we know there's going to be change from that.
Yeah.
We know. So you're just like, okay, we're not going to decide at all. That's not good.
Right. That's not good. Right. So trust in the change, ladies. And I'm telling you, if you do all these 5 points, and there's others out there, I know, but these are what, God put on my heart, of course. But if you just do those things, but first and foremost, trust God first, you'll be all right. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be
fine. Going to be all right.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
So let's move on to our next segment, which is What's New.
What's News, baby? So What's News is something that I believe it was back in season 7 that Twonta came up with. And I think it's a great idea because a lot of things that we discuss on What's News, you guys probably not going to see them on the news anytime soon or if anything at all. So we like to bring them forward here on our show. And we have a good What's News today. Right, Twonta?
We do. I can't wait to let you guys see it. It's such a sweet one.
Yes. So let's share the screen. Look at this, y'all.
Oh, I love her.
What do y'all think, guys? So this is a Tina Turner. Go ahead, Twonta.
Yes, it's Tina Turner gets. I lost the top part.
Bring it on down, Therese. We can't read that fast now. Yes.
Tina Turner gets her own Barbie in honor of what love got to do with it. 40th anniversary.
Yes.
When that song came out, I was like, how old?
What year? What year?
That was 40 years ago.
Oh my God.
I was 14, y'all. I was 14.
Depending on the month, I'll be 40 this year.
What?
So I was either a little itty bitty old baby or literally just in my mom's stomach, developing. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that long ago.
It don't even seem like that, man. Oh my gosh, 40 years ago. And y'all remember the video? And look at this doll. They did a great job.
They did a great job.
I love Mattel.
And I hope she likes it. I really hope she likes it.
I would think she would. Think she would. And this is such a pretty doll. I don't know how much it costs or anything like that. I didn't pull it up on my end to find out the information on that. But you guys can click on that and read more in depth about it. But I know with Mattel, they make wonderful dolls. I was telling Leticia before. That Mattel, they the ones that do the Barbie dolls, they also create beautiful dolls from different cultures and whatnot, and they do a phenomenal job with them, and especially with the dolls of color, and then they have Hispanic dolls and Asian dolls too. And it's just a beautiful tribute of what they produce, what
It
they put
is.
out
It
there.
is.
And I have mad respects for that, because some other companies, when it comes to making beautiful African American dolls, they don't do such a great job at it.
Nope.
You know
Nope.
what I'm
They
saying?
missed the mark.
They miss the mark. They really, really do. So this is absolutely gorgeous. She's a pretty doll. I wish I was a little kid again.
Back
I would have
then.
been happy to have that under my Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? I would have been
That's
cool with it.
nice.
You
And I
know?
really feel you guys should collect them too, because you never know, they could become
Yeah.
pretty cool collector's items. This is Tina Turner, honey. Okay,
Okay,
so
that's
you know
wrong.
how I hope she lives super long. But when people pass away, like Jackson, all them, they
Right.
anything that had their name on it and that was authentic, the price is crazy. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
collect it. Keep it in the case if you want to collect it. Yeah.
You're right, exactly. Because a lot of people who are doll collectors, most of the times they keep it in a case or they get it custom made that way. You know what I'm saying? So it could keep it, preserve it for a very long time. And if and when they choose to sell it, they get top dollar for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Hmm.
There are people who actually do collect Barbie dolls, and
Yeah.
not just Barbie alone, but they collect
Right. Right.
all of the whole collection
The
of the
whole
Barbie.
shebang.
Yeah. And from back down to 1950, if they're like older, they've been collecting since they were little kids. So they got
Yep.
the Barbie this, the Barbie that. I remember growing up, I had Barbie dolls, and I had Ken, and I had the Barbie what I had the Barbie trailer and the
And the
Barbie dollhouse.
dollhouse, everything.
I did when I was growing up, and I played with it. I even had Charlie's Angels back in the 70s, the
Oh,
late 70s.
really?
Charlie's Angels
I
back in the
remember them.
Yep, I had when it was becoming real popular with their show.
Uh-huh.
They had made dolls, and they had the Charlie's Angels little penthouse. I had that too when I
Oh,
was.
wow.
Yep, I sure did. So, this is a great idea, guys. Go ahead and take this article, put it on your news feed,
Yes.
let other people see this if they have not already. This would be a great idea to gift to a little girl for Christmas or birthday or whatever the case may be, or just for you if you want to collect it and just to have it in your collection or what have you. But
This
yeah,
is
that's
great.
all we have to share tonight for our What's News, I think. Am I right, Teresa? That's the only thing we got tonight? I believe that is.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we are good. So, guys, listen, thank you so much for coming on tonight. We are truly, truly excited about what's coming up this November. We have our self-care event, like I told you earlier.
Yes.
That's going to be on the 19th. It's called Coffee and Cream, honey.
Coffee and cream. Yeah,
Yeah.
Trees, put that link again, the PayPal link for people to sign up for it. It's only going to be $20, y'all. It's going to be on November 19th. So we definitely want to see each and every one of you there.
Yeah, and if you are coffee drinkers or latte drinkers or frappuccino drinkers, or if you don't drink any coffee but you like some tea, you go. The teas are welcome. Teas are welcome, honey. But it's not just about drinking the coffee. Literally, we are just going to. It's representing the colors and the body creams that I'm going to put together in a packet, because that's what that $20 entry is for. You're going to receive a packet and everything. So we're going to try out different things while we're sipping our coffee or drinking our frappy or whatever it is. Yes, and it's going to be at 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock brunch hour. I like to call it because it sounds so posh. 11 brunch, darling.
Yes.
So it's not going to be at 8 o'clock like we normally have our self-care event. It's going to be a brunch time in the morning. Morning time is at 11 a.m. So, ladies, if you are available at that time, come on with it. Okay, it's $20 to get to sign up for it and to get your packet. And we don't want you to miss out on this. It's going to be absolutely fun. Absolutely
amazing. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and step into the afterglow. Join us over there, ladies. We're going to have a lot of fun. And we'll see y'all in the afterglow. We see y'all next week at 8 for another Sister to Sister Connection talk show. Thank y'all for coming on. Bye. See y'all later.